What's happening, people? This is Rohit here, and I'm here at Glassroots in Neva to do my glass workshop. And this is involving hot glass, so I'm super excited. Let's get started. And the aim is to make a paperweight, my first paperweight ever, and it's going to be so much fun. Let's get started.
So you already have what color I can
Yes, the red color is
We're going to bring them over to the line. Just towards them out to either side. And you're also like right?
yes.
And then for your pattern, you're going to mark it, swirl it. What do you think?
Mark, like the one.
And then is that going to be round or would you like to add? Perfect. So we're going to leave it down. These are pulled it even closer. There you go. Store. We're going to rest your plank right inside and all out. We're going to angle out. Sorry, next reflection. Let me know when you see that. See your reflection first. We're going to do
It's so hot. I know this looks super.
And then if you get to it, just let me know. Go ahead and take over the break, and then we'll go right back. Are you ready for your second round? Put that long right side. Easy one. We got 9. We're going to lift first. Lift. Now, so go ahead and stick on the glass. On the nose. Nice. And lift. Easier. Lift yourself here. It's not hot, I promise. And then we're going to go in with our first color, which is the dimple. Nice. We're going to roll it nice and gently. Roll it fine. We can keep it up. And then we're going to angle it so that we get that tip of the glass. Nice. Okay, once it's all nice and coated, we're going to lift. And we're going to rest it on the slow piece. Here we really want to turn slowly. Just because it's slower, the more that we relax. Turning really fast. We're not going to do it. Bring it slow. Make it a lot easier. And so now it's really dropping back for you. And instead of everything's nice and hot, we'll out. We can get it into our next color. Go ahead. Really rich red. I love that color. There you go. Go a little bit higher. Perfect. All right, that should be nice and covered. Go back to your reading. Okay?
Yes. Okay, it's flowing.
Right, so that's a nice indicator. We'll go ahead and take it out. And we're gonna go into our last color. That nice transparent blue. And would you like any of those colors to come out a little bit more than the others?
Just blue and the red.
Okay. So now that we have that blue on there, I would do one more coat of that blue just since it's translucent.
Got it.
And then reheat it and then do one last coat of red and you should be good. Alright, you can heat that up. Careful with it. There you go. And it might be a little bit easier to press it first on the yolk and then stick it in. Just because the yolk kind of like supports it a little bit better. Once you see that movement, we're gonna go ahead and take that out and go for our second dip in the blue. Nice. So one more dip in that blue. Nice. Perfect. Making sure everything is nice and covered. There's some empty spaces. Nice. Once you're happy with that, you can reheat it in. And then we're gonna finally do our last coat of that red. Did the yolk pump a little bit better? Once you're ready with that, you're gonna go into the red.
Wow, glass gets hard so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel it.
It gets hot really fast and it also gets cold really fast. That's what I love about it.
Working in glass is fun.
Alright, now that it's nice and coated, you can go ahead and reheat that one more time. While you go ahead and put the seat on the bench. You're also going to get ready for tweezers, and it says be careful of putting your hand on the steel because this tends to get hot.
This freezer or this?
Yes, the small one. And then with that, you're just going to pinch it, pull it, twist it. Go all the way with everything.
I wish it was more left-handed accessible because of the left.
Yeah, everything in the glass world is right-handed. There's almost no glass blowing in the front here. It's like you have to, right? Or like relearn everything.
It's burning on it. It's so hot.
The summertime, it's crazy. All right, are you ready?
Oh, working with the right hand is so hard.
I think it might help maybe if you pull your tweezers kind of the opposite way. So instead of overhand, maybe if you use underhand, you could make it work. So you could just keep turning this while I adjust your hand a little bit like that.
Like this?
And then if you go closer too, it makes it easier to pinch. Does that feel a little bit better?
Slightly better.
And then if it's stiff, let me know. I can always heat this up to make it a little bit easier.
That we can stiff fast.
All right. You can dip those in the water. But a nice.
Very fast. Being lefty is such a struggle, Professor. Especially when you're working with glass. You're forced to rework with things. For me, this will take that time. Glass gets hard so fast. Harder than anything else.
And then bring this over to you.
I'm literally just pinching the glass.
It's like slime. It has such a nice texture.
If I was a kid, I would be so tempted to touch it.
Yeah. is actually something to make gloves out of the same material that your glove is made out of. And you can't get like crazy imprints on it, but you could get like a nice like fingerprint.
Got it. Okay, this becomes hard again.
Okay. Would you like to keep working on it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Make some small mistakes. It's like paintbrush, painting. Then what see the hacking. It takes a lot of time. It's a labor-intensive process. A lot of patience also. You cannot just rush the process because glass gets hard so fast, and then you have to smoothen it out. It goes there in the kiln, has to come out. You have to rework it. A lot of patience, that's for sure. So someone who lacks patience, I'm still working on my patience. Definitely, it's a lot of work. It definitely makes you think about so many things. So many things, but you need to focus on the glass because that's what matters most. You cannot think of other things. Maybe you touch it. Give it some things here as well. You're getting so smooth, so hard, so fast.
Okay, this time I'm gonna get a lot harder, so that might be a little bit easier for you to pull. But with it being harder, it might also start to shrink a little bit. So just be mindful of how much you pull.
Oh, okay, now it makes sense what you're saying. Wow, now I can see the.
Now it's like super duper stretchy. Sometimes glass kind of reminds me of like Laffy Taffy.
Oh yeah, I know that. Okay.
That has like the
Like
same
the taffy.
type of texture.
Yeah, it looks like that though. Only orange colored, orange flavored Laffy.
Yeah.
Coming hard. Okay, this is a nice pattern that I do.
And then just remember, we can only use anything that's off of the glass. So if you want to push this off of
Got it.
the
When it's reheated, I
pipe.
will do it. Okay. See how many times it's actually going inside. Starting to sweat already. That kiln was so hot, my skin was literally burning, sweating. It's like 12 o'clock here, spring just started, it's getting hot. Yesterday we had solar eclipse. Credits to all the people for working here. Surgical instrument.
Okay.
So you want me to move it in the front?
Yes.
How do you?
So we can go ahead and take this, move it to the front. This, move it to the front.
Oh wow. I'm getting reminded of Oppenheimer movie. It looks like the explosion. Today we have Bhagavad Gita
That is
quiz.
funny. It does look like the cloud.
Today we have Bhagavad Gita quiz at ISKCON temple. I'm like this I am for those dialects are coming to me. Yeah, I'm happy with the kind of pattern I made. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
perfect. So you can dip those one more time. And I think it's actually, it might be just good enough to dip.
Good enough?
Yeah. So what I mean by that is that there's not too much glass on the pipe. So
Got it.
I don't have to kind of push more glass
Got
to the
it.
front. So instead of doing that, I can just wait for this to cool down a little bit and
wow.
then gather right on top.
I love the colors.
Mm-hmm. You can see all those like really nice swirls in there. They
I
look
can't wait for
super
this
cool.
to become cold.
Mhm.
Once it's out.
Wow.
So hot.
I'm gonna ask you to take that big drop from the bucket. So the one that says number 8. Nice. And you can just get ready with that. Just lay it on your bench. And then you're going to hold it all the way up here so it's a little bit easier. And then all we're going to do is come right to the bottom. We're going to angle out first really quick. You're going to move.
Oh.
So front and back. And with this tool, we're not using any pressure. It's just kind of gliding off. So I'm going to go ahead and gather.
Oh, this is heavy. I did not know it was floating was heavy. That way it's wood. I never thought that wood and glass would work together. Wood, glass, tweezers, and even this is actually like iron. The iron is stainless steel, which actually helps with cooling the glass faster. That's what I heard the last time. Because it's just the external one.
Now, since it's really wide, I'm going to...
Oh, you can see the colors inside already.
Since it's really wide, it's not going to fit in at all. So I'm just going to squish it down a little bit so it fits better in there. And that should be just about the shape of that block.
Wow. But I never expected it will come out. So, okay, it's going to be a random swirl pattern. I'm happy.
That's all we want to hear.
Thank you.
Okay. Alright. So we're going to lessen up the pressure just a little bit. There you go. Nice and slow back and forth. Kind of see it's rounding out a little bit more now. And stop. You can dip that in the water. So now before I do this stuff, I'm going to show you how you can kind of see the pipe goes until right. The pipe goes right until about here.
Okay.
So all of this glass is not usable.
Okay.
I'm gonna start lowering it like this,
Okay.
so that gravity helps me push everything downward.
Right. How hot is the glass right now?
When it's cold and stiff, the temperatures can be to around like 900 to 1200. When it's nice and humid and hot, it's more like a 17 to
900 degrees Fahrenheit. 400 to 500 degrees Celsius.
So I'm just sprinkling it down a little bit more so we get some more glass.
Because of the gravity, we can see the glass dropping.
We're gonna really lightly, no pressure. There we go, and stop. Nice. So now, for you, since we have a little bit more glass off of here, we're gonna start making our jack line first before working on the shape more.
Okay.
So once we have that jack line introduced, I'm gonna heat it back up, and then we can tighten it a little bit more. And then after, you're gonna go ahead and grab the bigger block over there with that nice circle mold. And actually should be in that bucket already. So you can put the small one in the other bucket where it was. So it should be with a light handle. The one that's right there.
Okay. That's in the other bucket.
No, that one we should take out. The
Oh,
other one
okay.
we
Got it.
Anyway, it's a lot of different handles pointing at there.
Oh, perfect. Nice, yeah.
Just put that down on the bench. First, we're going to use our jacks, which are the long blades. The long blades that look like tweezers. There you go. You're going to hold them just like how you are. We're going to start very, very slow at first. So even like So that's just kind of marking everything off of this, and then all of this is stick. You can put those down. Now we actually don't get them in the water. Those come on top, but it's okay. We're gonna nextly take that one and then go right under.
This feels like yajna, swaha. The Havan is going on glass Havan, glass haven. Look at such huge sphere. I should touch it. It's like a yajna.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes. Now you're going to feed it perfectly brown. Wow.
Shape it to a really nice perfect sphere.
It's smoking.
It's because it's made out of wood.
Mm.
So once it starts smoking a little too much, you can always just dip it back in the water. Go ahead. And then would you like to use that tool?
Just one. Yes.
Okay, and you can go off.
Now
What do we think now?
Yes. Now
Perfect. Nice. So now we can even take our tracks. Once again, the long pieces. And we're just gonna really tighten it up one last time. So we're gonna squeeze as hard as you can, as hard as you can, as hard as you can. Just really pressing that mouth and make sure that it's soft.
as long as it does not fall down.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna hold it. Okay, and you can stop. Perfect. You can just put those down.
Wow.
So good. Show the camera.
You know, I've always wondered when I look at so many showpieces, paperweights over there. I was like, why can't it completely cover the glass? And now that I'm looking at mine, I'm like, okay, fine, it's completely covered the glass. I'm happy with it. And then there's always the glass which is seen, and then you see the bubbles. I'm like, let's do something to avoid the bubbles. Let's do something which is completely covered it. Now we got the spoon color which is completely covered it.
Yeah, no, it looks awesome.
Let's get Christopher Nolan's keep the director ready and let's send it to her.
Now we can really start seeing all those different
Show with the color. I hope the red is the, I think red is the last color which I added, so I hope the red shows on
Yeah,
the red.
it will definitely.
Now that I
look
think of it, I
brighter.
should have added orange in there. It will actually feel like the explosion. Maybe for the next one.
Yeah. You guys can always come back, and I also have, if you're like really into GP1 introductions, so you can really start learning all the fundamentals and all the basics. You can go from doing like paperweights and flowers to like cups and bowls and plates and all that fun stuff.
Now I already decided the colors from the next one. It's going to be the next motion.
We're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna start with the block. Really soft and fun.
No, now we can see the block.
That just means that this is a little bit too hot for the bread. And a lot of our reds and oranges actually turn really dark like that. So I know right now it looks a little bit scary, but once it's fully cooled down, it'll be that really rich red. I'm gonna ask you to keep a list for me. With your right hand, I'm gonna ask you to take these tweezers all the way and go with the bucket. So pitch them all the way. Really even further than that. Keep them close. There you go. Now, keep them close. We're gonna use that as a water dropper. One point here. We're gonna get some more water. And we're gonna use them in the opposite direction. And now you turn those, so flip them. So there you go. Flip them this way. And then you're going to give it a nice smack on the board. We're going to add some more water. That's the case.
Oh.
The opposite way.
It was like my bad.
There, we're going to keep still. Okay, now try again. There you go.
Finally, it is done. And it's hard out. Finally, that's going in there, and it's around like 900 degrees in Fahrenheit. And over the next few days, that's going to cool down. We can collect it after 2 weeks. And that's the end of the class workshop. And it took around like 30 minutes, I guess, but with pauses in between. So I'm happy. Thank you so much.
Yes, of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you for the experience. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you all on another. Bye from me.